Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Monday live session. Quiet day this Monday morning. Not much happening since 9:15. This is a chart of Bank Nifty. The first candle high and low are little significant based on the past data action. First candle, it makes a high of 44,174 and makes a low of 44,031. But it's about 3 hours now. It has not been able to convincingly cross either the high of the day or low of the day. So for last 10 to 12 candles, Bank Nifty is just hovering within the first candle range of 44,174 and 44,031. So this sideways movement we are seeing since Friday afternoon itself. You can see here, this is the chart of last week. It had made a high of 44,545. We remember on the settlement day, the level to face the resistance was at 44,525. It just touches that resistance level, and very quickly on Thursday itself, on the expiry day, it comes down to 44,069. So almost 500 points fall was there on Thursday. After that, on Friday, it opens within the range and tries to go up, fails, but comes down and closes at around 44,100. This is Monday morning, one more attempt for the pullback, but it is unfortunately not happening. It has again cut the lows and made a new low at 44,031. If it breaks 44,174, then probably some amount of buying can happen, or if it again cuts 44,031, then probably it might start going down from there. But in between these two, about 140 points of range, there is not much trade available. So we are seeing, for last 3 hours, Bank Nifty is not able to take out either the highs or on the lower side. Nifty pattern is slightly different. Nifty, we all remember 18,842. For the weekly settlement, the resistance was at 18,742, but it broke the resistance very quickly and very convincingly on Wednesday itself and closed at around 18,800 on Wednesday, and Thursday morning it again opens higher, makes a new high at 18,842 before coming down and closing at around 18,700 levels, which is actually below 18,742 what we were looking for on the weekly basis. And after that, Friday was kind of a very clear down day. It closed at around 18,618. So today it is trying to make one kind of a pullback. Friday's low 18,618. Today it has survived Friday's low and it has started moving upwards, but still it is nowhere closer to the buy levels, and it is not even closer to yesterday's or Friday's high of 18,740. At least first it has to make some levels above previous day's high, only then we can see if this pullback will work or not. So that is with respect to the Nifty chart. On the positional basis, on the 2 hours candle, you can see here there is some support for Nifty at 18,556. Today itself it has already taken a support at 18,618. It has not cut 18,618. It has started moving up. Will it make a new high from here on is what we need to wait and watch. But the way Friday Nifty traveled on the downside looked like today it would pick up the momentum and go further down and come closer to the support of 18,556, but it is not done so. It is taking the support much higher itself. So we cannot do anything much on a Monday morning for the positional trades. We just have to wait and watch for it to make new levels, or either at around 18,556 or new levels somewhere around 18,750 plus levels. So only after that we can say Nifty is forming a kind of a pattern which can be traded. On the other hand, Bank Nifty is having resistance of last week 44,545 and on the downside 43,658. Between this range there is no levels to trade and the range is quite wide for the day or for the week. So we may have to just sit and wait through this week for it to form certain base. Markets definitely are trying to go up, but at each higher levels there is no conviction. Again pullback is happening, but pullback also is not very convincing because bears also know this is a very confirmed bull run that we are witnessing and pullbacks may not last for long. So that is what we are seeing each day. Last 2 Mondays, if you remember, last 2 Mondays we had a gap up and it used to be in the sideways range for Monday, Tuesday and up to Wednesday, or up to Wednesday afternoon. Then it used to go into slightly downward bias on Thursdays and Fridays. This was the pattern in the last 2 weeks. This week market Nifty at least has opened on the lower side and it is trying to go up right from the morning, but only thing is there is no much bullish momentum still, so we cannot say for sure whether this will cross at least Friday's high and make some new levels or not. But for now what we can at least say is Nifty and Bank Nifty both have broken the pattern of opening gap up on Mondays, which was the pattern for last 2 Mondays. So in the last 2 weeks, if you see, markets eventually have gone nowhere. Eventually it has come back to the old levels, and this is the 3rd week in a row which we are observing the Monday morning patterns, and we can say it has been slightly different. It has survived last week's lows and it is trying to make a pullback, but the momentum is not so much on the long side, and at the same time it doesn't mean just because there is no momentum on the long side doesn't mean we can go short. There are no short levels also as of now, so we need to just wait and watch for us to form a new level to trade either on the long side or on the short side. So do not be in a hurry. These kind of markets are very much common for a trend follower. Many a times we go without any trades, many a times market frustrates us without giving any good trades on the upside or on the short side. Sometimes in Indian market especially we see sideways movement only in about 20% to 25% of the times. Rest of the times it is actually trending. So we know for sure on any 100-day trading cycle we will get about 75 to 80 days where we get some good trades, and about 20 to 25 trades which will be the 20 to 25 days where we will not have any trades. Of the 75 days or 80 days we can say up to 60% of the time or 70% of the time we are fairly correct, and it gives us some positive outcome. It may not give us big returns, but definitely it gives us positive outcome on at least 70% of the times, which means around of the 80 days, if you take 60, 8 6 are 48, 50 days, 50 to 60 days of positive trades. So among the losing trades, even of the 40 days, if you lose less, if you predefine your losses, then definitely at the end of the 100-day trading cycle, definitely we can say we can hold back about 20 to 25 days of profits into our hands. So that is the rough calculation of our strategy. It is not an easy game. We know we have faced challenges in slippages, we have faced challenges in market running away right in front of our eyes and we freezing and not being able to do any trades. So such days happen, and sometimes volatility is so high, even though trend is there or even though the breakout happens or the pullback levels are shown, we hesitate to trade in spite of having so much of automation, so much of execution capabilities. Still sometimes sitting in front of the terminal we do end up making the same very basic mistakes that we used to make when we were very early in the game. But then that is how it is. I wouldn't say it shouldn't happen. It keeps happening. We are aware of our pitfalls, we are aware of our weaknesses, and we have to just consciously work on that without getting too much disturbed about it. See, everybody has certain weaknesses and certain strengths, and as long as we are playing full throttle on our strengths, and kind of sometimes we take a back seat, kind of we are hesitant, or we play on the back foot, it is still okay, but all the time it shouldn't become a back foot game. As long as you are showing the balance in your approach. If you have a strong reason on a day when there is a RBI policy, you don't want to trade, it is okay, or you want to trade a lesser quantity, is still okay. In fact, I used to say before, and I continue to say, that on any day try to trade. If there is a trade, try to trade. If there is no trade, then please do not trade. That is what you need to follow. When there is no trade, be calm and composed, so that not to venture into some predicting game and entering into some positions. Instead, just wait for the setup to show you the trade, and when the setup shows you the trade, do not be fearful to put your money on the table. If you do these two things consistently, definitely over a period of time you will sit on the positive side. And of course, even on the trading days, there will be some major happenings which might disturb you, because you have not seen all kinds of probabilities or possibilities. That way, we always have this back of our mind that this trade could be wrong, this trade could be wrong. So in fact, I keep saying, every film director will go with a positive bias, saying my next movie will be a big hit. With the same bias, we also actually go with the hope, because we have done our back testing and we know our strategies well. So we go with the hope that the coming trade will be a positive trade, but also we should be aware of the fact that that positive trade also can be ending as a negative trade. Just like a director is always aware, he goes with the preparation of making it a big hit, but he is always aware the people may not lap it up his next venture. So if you want to know the mechanics of trading, if you want to really learn the art of trading and the science of trading, then we do conduct the boot camps. If you are liking the live information or the live analysis on the markets, especially the Nifty and Bank Nifty, you can subscribe to the channel. Also share the channel with your fellow traders, and come back every day for the live session. Hit the notification button, so that you will be notified when we are live. And for about 15 to 20 minutes every day, we try to absorb the data and give some perspective to that, so that it will help you in shaping up your mind, or tuning your mind, or making you think on those lines, so that you can become an independent trader with proper knowledge. So that is the objective of Banao Bharat, to create good traders who are aware of their strengths, who are aware of their weaknesses, who are aware of their strategies well, who are capable of creating new strategies. Because here in our Trading for Living programs, we do not sell any strategies, we only coach you and mentor you to improve your existing strategies, or create strategies based on new thought process itself. So that being the case, we will not be selling you any of these strategies that we have devised. This is a proprietary strategy which we are using for ourselves. But having said that, we will give you a lot more information which is relevant to make you a good trader. Of course, we will help you in creating your own strategies and thinking like a trader. The trader's mindset is very important. How do you really think like a trader? What all activities you do on a daily basis, so that eventually you will transform yourself into a good trader. So these are the things that we teach here in Banao Bharat's Trading for Living program. It's an interesting one, not very expensive. You can come and join, and if you have a valid reason, you can join for free of cost also. So having said that, the objective here is purely non-profit, and we want to create few good traders in the country, so that over a period of next 10 years, this country will see this industry as a viable industry and lot more youngsters will lap it up as a serious business. So that's it from my side as of now. Let us once again meet tomorrow with a fresh perspective. Until then, Om Swasti.